Addiction is a neuropsychological disorder characterized by persistent use of a drug despite substantial harm and adverse consequences. Today's video is about an athlete who, despite struggling with addiction, managed to overcome and tell his story for the many people who also share the same issues. I will discuss his struggles and also share facts on addiction. Here on Playoffs in Love, we are here to kill stigmas and not give them life. This is Social Warrior. Darren Waller, born in Acworth, Georgia, a normal middle-class suburban area, said in an interview that in his childhood he often hung around kids of a different race than him, and by doing so he was bullied by other African American students, hearing remarks such as, "You're not black enough." Statements such as these have more harm than I think anyone really knows. These comments create a sense of not belonging. A sense of, even though I look like you, I'm different in some way because of the friends I choose to have. Darren stated that he often felt by himself, which I assume would be attributed to always hearing comments about his race and not belonging, which would soon cause him to turn towards drug abuse. Darren's father stated that in high school, he noticed that some of his pain medication was missing and knew that he didn't use them, while also noticing a change in attitude around the house in Darren and just in general. Darren stated that he started his drug use at the age of 15 when he started abusing prescription pills, and said that he immediately became an addict, and that the community of people that he did these drugs with made him feel welcomed and like he belonged. An identity crisis is a developmental event that involves a person questioning their sense of self or place in the world. It doesn't surprise me that Darren would say he felt like he belonged with this group of people, because that was something he was not fortunate to have growing up. Being an African American male and always hearing that you're not African American enough could cause any child to have serious questions about who they are. I say that to bring me to this point. In 2017, 1 in 17 surveys said that they have taken a prescription drug without a doctor's prescription. An article on the addictioncenter.com states that curiosity, peer pressure, stress, and a desire to escape are the main reasons that children underage resort to drug abuse. Now, which one of those 4 reasons would you think will push a young black man who's told every day he's not black enough to abuse prescription pills? Darren received a scholarship to Georgia Tech and instantly began partying 5 to 6 nights a week. He says in the interview, his list of drugs that he used consisted of Molly, ecstasy, and cocaine. He failed numerous drug tests in college, and in turn that dropped his draft stock in the NFL draft. He was eventually drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, but the story of his addiction does not stop there. Darren was actively still an addict, and that led to the NFL suspending him for a full season. While Darren was on this season-long suspension, he found himself in his car taking pills that he thought were the same pills he always took, but this time they were laced with something sinister, fentanyl. And Darren found himself passed out in his car for 5 to 6 hours, only minutes away from the Baltimore Ravens playing a postseason game. Today, Darren Waller is very outspoken of his journey through addiction. Almost 21 million Americans have at least one addiction, yet only 10% of them receive treatment. A lot of people have hit their rock bottom and felt alone, and frankly embarrassed about their addictions, but you shouldn't be. You are not alone. Darren's rock bottom was in his car. Mine personally was sleeping at a bus stop. But no matter what your rock bottom was, remember that it's rock bottom, so there's nowhere to go but up from there. Darren, I thank you for your courage to speak up and show people around the world that falling isn't the end, because the true testament of strength is being able to pull yourself back up. Addiction is an everyday struggle. In a recent interview with Taylor Rooks, Darren stated how some days his mind tries to get in the way and pretty much tell him to mess up all the good things that are in his life, and I know too well of these struggles. But we do deserve good things. We deserve love, happiness, and just overall happiness in life. Today, Darren Waller is the starting tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders, where he made the Pro Bowl in 2020. Many of us will never make a Pro Bowl, but many of us can help each other by one, not making people feel bad for just being them. This basic idea will take us a lot further and not cause children to question themselves for just being themselves. Darren, you are a motivation, and I appreciate your story and courage. I end this video by saying, falling down is not the end of our story. Once you get back up, there's so much more life to be had, and you are not alone. This is Social Warrior.